Hey there, all the signs of the Zodiac. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Today we're going to do the new moon video. Generally, I like to work with the energy of the moon, and this new moon is extremely powerful because it's in Pisces in conjunction with Neptune that rules Pisces. And so it's a really great opportunity to see what kinds of seeds of intention you want to plant that are about your hopes and your goals and your dreams. And spirituality is another big aspect of Neptune. And so this is a very, very fertile time for those really distant dreams that you want to bring down into reality. And so let's go ahead and get started. I thought we would go ahead and just do all the signs. I will timestamp for you. I will do each sign in order. I'm excited about this because my moon is in Pisces and it kind of feels like a new year. And then we have a really powerful full moon coming up in 2 weeks, and I'll do a video for that too, but it happens right on the equinox, right as we become into spring, and we start the actual astrological new year, which is Aries. So it's a very big month. So this new moon occurs at 11:04 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday. Let's see here. That would be Wednesday the 6th of March. So I'm getting conversation starters for Aries, and I'm going to use a couple decks for that. And we have, okay, here we go. Aries, your hard work is paying off. And that's a new moon. It's a new moon in Capricorn. It doesn't matter. And you have adjustments are required. So Aries, you have adjustments are required, and the new moon is going to require hard work. Okay, so it's not going to be easy, but we also have with that the happiness of the Sun card. Okay, so I changed my setup, hoping I found the darkest corner of my place, and still, you know, look, that sun is so bright and brilliant. It is reflecting the light of the sun, which is really crazy because, honestly, I am in a dark, dark corner of my house. And we have the Two of Wands, which is vision. But it's two wands. So, Aries, this is that opportunity. You have vision, but maybe it's like, which way do I go? Do I go this way? Do I go that way? What am I going to do? It is in your 12th house of hopes and goals and dreams. So super powerful new moon for you because it's in your 12th house. Pisces rules the 12th house, and it's in Pisces, and Neptune, which rules the 12th house of Pisces, is there too in conjunction. Super powerful. So what do you want? It's like you're standing there and you've got two opportunities. Pick which one you want. And it's going to require some adjusting. Maybe the thing that you want isn't, maybe you got to go this way instead of that way. Adjustments are going to be required. It is going to take a lot of hard work, but the hard work is going to pay off. And so that's spectacular. So I'm going to try. I have actually a bunch of cards here. Let's just see what we get. I was trying to put this together the other day, and then I got a new deck in, and I thought, oh my God, I love that too. So this deck right here, I actually, a friend of mine loaned it to me, and I may end up having to buy it. Okay, so it's called Reflections. What are you contemplating can be actualized? Exactly. Exactly. What you are contemplating can be actualized. It's going to take a lot of hard work. It's going to take a lot of adjusting. But that Sun card says you actually can get there. You have a couple of choices, some decisions you want to make. But the Sun card is saying, hey, yeah, no, you can do this. And so now are the mermaids, which is lovely. I picked the mermaids because Neptune is all that water and emotional. And it's the deep, deep water. It's the deep thoughts. It's the deep dreams. It's the deep stuff, All right, so, and I'm really sorry because the darkest corner of my place is also right near the furnace. So if I sound like I'm yelling, I'm really sorry. I'm trying to sound over it, but it's like 0 degrees out and I'm not going to turn it down. Okay, so this is something, look, we have the happiness card and you have playfulness. This is something that's supposed to be fun. You can actualize your dreams, and it's something that you will enjoy. And look, you have the leadership card, which is the Capricorn card. You have the new moon in Capricorn came out, and you have the leadership card. So yes, you're going to have to work hard. Adjustments are going to be made, but I think you're going to really enjoy it, and it's going to take strength. Okay, it is going to take strength because you also have the strength card. All right, so you have the strength card. You have, of course, I can't have enough space up here for all the cards because apparently this is a really big deal for you. So that's excellent. Wow. So, new moon. How do you do a new moon affirmation? You sit down, you write down what you want, and these are your hopes, your goals, your dreams, your wishes. What do you really want? Write them down. And then flip over the piece of paper, and on the back side, write what you're grateful for. What do you look at the blessings you have and be grateful for them. And then the universe says, wow, they appreciate that, so I can bring them in more stuff. And that's how you'll get more stuff, right? So, set your goals, set your dreams. It is the darkest place, and so I can't read. I don't even know which way it's up. You have sweet peas. Your wishes are coming true. Oh my gosh. Aries, what do you want? What do you want? Your wishes are coming true. It's going to take work. It's going to take making some decisions. It's going to take some adjusting, but it is all there for the taking. Oh my gosh. I'm excited for you, Aries. So this would be Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising. I would listen to all three, your Sun, your Moon, and your Rising, because your Sun sign is how you feel inside. Your moon sign is how you, okay, so your sun sign is how you view the world. It's how you feel, but it's how you view the world. It's the lens through which you look through the world. And then your moon sign is how you feel about what's going on in the world and how it's interacting with you. And your rising sign is your personality and how you interact with the world. And so I would definitely take the time to go ahead. Of course you have to. Take the time to figure out what it is that you want. So this is my new deck, and I have not, I used 3 cards last night out of it, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so me. And so I'm like, I'm using this. So you have, I am healthy, strong, thanks to physical movement and exercise outdoors. And it has a gemstone that I can't say the name. And so I'm just going to hold it up there so you can take a look at it. So, this is that strength card too, right? And the playfulness. So, go ahead and get yourself out there and do something that's fun. Work your body a little. And you also got amethyst. I pay attention to my intuition and dreams, and I easily interpret their messages. Well, Pisces is all about what's going on in your dreams. It's all about your hopes, your goals, your plans. It's all about paying attention, making those choices, making the adjustments. Oh my gosh, Aries. Looks like a great new moon. Take advantage of it. Write it down and write down your gratitude list and then turn it over to Spirit by burning it. And it looks like an amazing adventure for you. I'm super excited. You guys have a great new moon. Okay, let's go on to Taurus. Taurus, what's going on? Oh my gosh, Taurus, what's going on? It's like everything just went flying. How come? I know why, actually. I mean, besides the fact that I'm a klutz. So, Taurus, excuse me. It's like every time I do your video, cards go flying. It really does. And so I think to myself, that means something. And what does that mean? I feel like with this new moon, did you know that Uranus was moving into Taurus? Did you know that? So Uranus, chaos, sudden changes, things getting upheaval, like, and it's happening today. Well, on Wednesday, the same day as the new moon, at 0 degrees of Taurus. And that is powerful. And things are going to just feel like the universe is throwing everything around on you. Buckle up. Buckle up. We've got Mercury retrograde going on, which probably won't affect you that much. I don't think that's what you're going to notice. I think you're going to notice big time what's going on with this. Whew. Okay. So, This new moon is happening in your 11th house of groups and group activities. This is Taurus moon, Taurus sun, Taurus rising. Okay, so when I say houses, it's really your rising sign. But because not everybody knows their rising sign, I mean in agreement with spirit that if you listen, you will hear the message you're supposed to hear. And so that was because I was concerned about that. Wow, cards are everywhere. Okay, so Taurus. In your 11th house, groups, group activities, public persona, what people see, how they perceive you. There's some kind of a shakeup going on, right? Things are shifting and changing. Uranus is, it shakes things up. That's financial markets, that's food, that's grounded parts of you. I feel like you're going to feel like in your personal life there's some kind of an earthquake happening. Not an actual one, although that's possible. But I feel like for Taurus this year, it's like going to feel like almost like you've been like a kaleidoscope, right? When you shake up the kaleidoscope and then you look through it and you start turning it, and every time it turns, you see beautiful things. It's just a new way of looking at it. Something that wasn't like that before is suddenly like that now. And so I have a feeling that for you, Taurus, there's a lot of that going to be going on this year. And so kind of, you know, get ready for that. Kind of get ready for that. I think it's going to happen. All right, so let's see here. What do we have? I have to also shuffle the other cards. There was like that major shuffle though. And so Spirit was like, yeah, no, this is what's going to happen. So Taurus, what do I feel? I feel like for the first time in a long time, you're feeling I want to say hopeful, but almost more of a determination. Like you have been kind of pulled into yourself, and I don't think you're done being pulled into yourself, but I feel like the seeds of determination are being planted. Like, I need to make these changes, or these changes are being made. I mean, they could just, with this energy from Uranus, the changes could actually just be made. But it's something that needed to happen. And Aries for you, because it's moving out of Aries into Taurus, right? So it's moving out of your hopes, your goals, your wishes, and your dreams into your house of who you are. That's that Uranus energy. And so it could really be any aspect of your life, but it's something that you've spent a lot of time considering. And you've been sitting on the fence for a very long time. Let's not kid ourselves. I've been seeing you sitting there. And I think that now finally, you know, things are going to get shaken up. And this new moon is in your 11th house of groups and group activities. So as all this personal stuff is being shaken up, you need to plant some seeds of intention for maybe how you want to interact with the world in group activities. Although I have a feeling you're going to kind of be in your little world for a little bit, for a few weeks here, while we get through this retrograde period. But look at this. You have the new moon in Sagittarius card, and it says luck is on your side. Well, hallelujah. You guys have really been going through it. And we have the Nine of Wands. See, this cycle is almost at an end. Nine of Wands is defense. This cycle is almost at an end. You're getting there. It's happening. And then you also have the Page of Wands, creativity. So when everything's getting all shaken up for you and you're making your new moon intentions, be sure that you dip into your creativity. I think that's how you are going to problem solve this situation, is through creativity. I think it's going to be creativity. Luck is on your side. Things are going to get shaken up. Take a moment and look at it and say, okay, what does this mean? What does this mean? How can I make this work to my advantage, to my best advantage? Because luck is on your side. And luck isn't really luck, is it? It's when hard work, and I don't know who says these things, I can't remember, but it's a common phrase. When hard work meets opportunity. You can put that in the Google search bar, and it'll tell you who said it. So, When hard work meets opportunity, that's what good luck is. You've been working hard, you've been putting up with something, and now I think you're getting ready to make your move, and you have reflections. Wow, the same card. What you are contemplating can be actualized. That's the same card that Aries got. And it went flying, so everything went flying. It's not like I didn't shuffle. So, you guys have been contemplating for a while. So make sure you're thinking positive thoughts. That's one way to create good luck. And it's on your side, so why not? Be creative in your thought process. Looks good. Think about what you really want. Write down. So new moon intentions. You write down what you want to create, because we have the creativity card here. We have the Nine of Wands, which means you're at near the end of a cycle. The Page of Wands is another, it's actually like after the 10, which is the new beginning, and then we get into the court cards. But it's sort of like someone's bringing in that creative idea, which brings you to the end of the cycle, or you're bringing in the creative idea. It brings you to the end of the cycle and allows you to start moving forward in a very positive way, and you have pleasure. My life is deliciously joyous, and you have flow. The glory of the universe flows through me. So that would be that luck on your side. That would be that luck on your side, getting into the flow, and then you have pleasure. So what you think about, you can bring about. You absolutely can create for yourself whatever it is that you want to create. I'm going to sneeze, or not. I am, sorry, kind of fighting a little cold. Kind of fighting one. I'm going to leave this here because I think you can see the word flow. And I think if you look at that mermaid, you can see that there's flow. I really want you to focus on there's pleasure, because Taurus, you haven't really got a chance to do that. And you're getting ready. The sign of Taurus is all about pleasure. It's the pleasure of the senses. And you guys have really been not enjoying life the way I think that you could. And so I'm hoping that you will put a little more thought and creativity into it. Get into the flow. When you start flowing with the universe instead of trying to dictate how the universe goes, when you allow things to happen and you see the opportunities and you hop on the opportunities back like a horse and ride it, or you get into the stream, into the flow of it, that's when things become easy, right? And when things are easy, they're sure a lot more fun. And you have, so I moved, so I'm in a really dark corner, and now I can't read anything. You have unity. Ooh. Oh, unity with the spirit. So that's, again, getting into that flow. And you have the daffodil. Share the message of love. Maybe that's where the happiness comes from. Maybe that's where the pleasure is. Maybe that unity is with a new partner. Maybe that Page of Wands is a message coming in from somebody you know. I'm so sorry, I have to wipe my nose. That sneeze was going to cause trouble. All right, so I wish I knew how to edit my videos. I don't, so you have to just deal with it. I'm learning. Haven't learned that part yet. Okay, so I'm going to get you a gemstone, because with all this water energy of Pluto in conjunction with this new moon in Pisces, and Uranus is an earth sign, and it just felt like we really needed to ground into this. And so I'm using these new cards I got about gemstones. This says I pay attention to the intuition, dreams, and Neptune and Pisces is all about paying attention to your dreams, right? I easily interpret their messages, getting into the flow. So you can do this. You can bring about this joy and this happiness. Luck is on your side. You just need to roll with it and feel it and let it happen for you. All right, Taurus. Looks like maybe you're going to hop off the fence and get into the flow of life and start having some fun. I really hope so. I really do. Okay, we're going to move on now to Gemini. Hi, Gemini. I am so sorry. I have a cold, and you might catch me blowing my nose a lot today. I'm really sorry about that. It's kind of rude, but the good news is that you can't catch it. So let's talk about this moon. All right. So this moon is in Pisces at not at 0 degrees, but it's in conjunction with Neptune. And so it's 12th house. Pisces is the 12th house on the astrological wheel. It runs hopes and goals and dreams and wishes and spirituality, and Neptune rules Pisces, and so that's a lot of energy with this new moon, a lot of opportunity to really think about what you really want and what your hopes and goals and dreams are. And for you, this is falling in your 10th house of career. So what are your hopes, your goals, your dreams regarding your career? What do you want to create for yourself, right? So that's that kind of energy for you. It's a real opportunity. Now, when this is for Pisces, for Gemini sun, moon, and rising, before I started this channel, I was worried about how I was going to do this, because really when I say the houses, it's more to do with your rising sign, and your rising sign is determined at your time of birth and where you are, right? It's where the sun is on the horizon. And you have to use a calculator, and a lot of people maybe don't know what time they were born or details like that. And so in order to help the most people, I made an agreement with Spirit that I would just go by the signs, but check out your sun, moon, and rising, because you might hear something there. But if you're just listening and all you know is your sun sign, you're still going to get the messages, right? And the sun sign is how you view the world, right? How do you view the world? And your rising sign is your personality and how you interact with the world and how the world sees you. And your moon sign is how you feel about what's going on around you. And how do you feel about how you're interacting with the world and the world's interacting with you. And so it's always good to check out your sun, your moon, and rising if you want. There is a calculator below. If you don't, usually the moon sign, well, the moon changes signs in the middle of a day sometimes. So it's best if you know kind of what time you were born. Maybe not the exact time, but you could still probably pick out your moon sign. All right. So, 10th house of career. What do you want? This is a very potent new moon. So what you do is you write down on a piece of paper what your hopes, your goals, your dreams, your wishes are. What do you really want? What do you want to bring about in your career? This is, water energy is not easy for an air sign such as Gemini. And then on top of that, you've got Mercury in retrograde, which is not easy on Gemini. And you have, and that's happening in Pisces right now. And so, and on Wednesday at 11:04 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's when this new moon is happening. And at the same time, I'm not sure exactly what time, but it doesn't really matter. Taurus is moving out of Aries, which was, you know, fiery and energetic, into grounded Taurus. And it'll be there for the next 7 years or so. And I didn't look up the exact day when it's not there anymore. I thought it was 2026. Now I'm here in 2025. It's there for a long time. And you know, how we eat is going to change, and how we handle our money. These kind of things are often handled, but it also has to do with how you, the senses, like how you feel about things, what you enjoy. And so there's a lot of this earthy, watery energy is not super easy for you, Gemini. So it's really important that you fight through all the murkiness, like the mud, right? It's like mud. Water and earth is mud. And try to clear a spot and say, okay, this is what I really want to accomplish in my career sector for the next year. And what do you want? Write it down. It's going to take a little meditation and contemplation, and that is that new moon in Pisces energy. And it also says, bring love into the situation, Aquarius. And so these are interesting because they're both new moons. And so what do you really want? Think about it. Really spend some time thinking about it. Be really clear about what you want and pick something that you're passionate about. That love is love for yourself, love for the project, love for, the people you work with, and you have Three of Cups energy also, reunion. Okay, so reunion. That could or could not have something to do with your career sector. It could be going back to the kind of work you like to do. It could be connecting with people that you used to work with, if it's career oriented. But also it's Mercury retrograde, and Mercury retrograde is definitely going to affect you, and that just started on Tuesday, right? And so Mercury retrograde exes come back. They could be that too, muddying up things just a little bit more for you. So don't get so caught up in the haze of everything that you don't take the time to write down your new moon intention. What do you want? And then on the back side, what are you grateful for? And then you burn the paper and you turn it over to Spirit. You should do that with every new moon and every full moon. It's a really great way to use the energy to really manifest into your life what you want. Ooh, you have beauty. I'm in a really dark corner to try to help with this lighting situation, and now I can't read anything. It says, grace, lovingness, integrity of form and spirit. Oh, wow. All right. Beauty. So find the beauty and the joy in your life. Find your passion for what you're doing. It says to put love into it. Okay, this is a love card. This is kind of a love card. It's like a love card, but it almost feels like self-love. Like finding the beauty and the joy in what you're doing so that you are enjoying your life more. What do you really want? It's a very strong opportunity with this new moon. It's very potent. I say that a lot, but we've been having a train of these between the eclipses, and now we've got, it happening with in conjunction with its ruling sign. There's just, and then the next one, the full moon coming up, is going to be really strong too because it's happening at the equinox. You can't make this stuff up. It's a very change-oriented opportunity time for the world, and it's going to be going on like we're just going through this cycle. And there's an astrologer, Rick Levine, that I listen to all the time, and he keeps talking about how the most important day of the 2019 year is January 11th, 2020. When the whole year culminates in an eclipse, at a full moon eclipse in Cancer. When that node moves. This is really, I don't know, things happening. I don't even think the node will be moving quite then. Anyway, he just keeps talking about it. Okay, so we are having a love reading. We've got open your heart. So even though it says career, for your house, this is, you are lovable. It is self-love. Open your heart and you are lovable. Okay, here's the thing about love. In order to draw the love into your life, you have to love yourself first. Because when you love yourself, when you truly, truly love yourself, warts and all, because all of us have them. I was just talking to a friend of mine the other day. She's helping me with a project and it requires artwork. And the first part of the picture I looked at, I was like, I think it needs, and she showed me another picture, and I'm like, yep, that's it, but she was already in process when I asked her about it, because it's the shadowing. It's the shadowing that makes it 3D, and it's the same with you. It's the same with me. It's the same with everybody. You need the shadow and the light to be a complete 3D individual, right? It's a 3D world. We are moving into the 5th dimension, but, when we learn to love who we are, when we're completely willing to be 3D, that's how we get there. That's how we get there. And so when you love yourself, now you're going to raise your own personal vibration, and you're going to attract into your life people who are vibrating at the same level. That just actually happens. So the higher your vibration, the better quality or higher vibrational person you're going to bring in. And And that vibrating level isn't about money. It isn't about your physical beauty. It's about your inner beauty. It's about the joy and the expression of love that you have for yourself, because then it radiates out. And that's a very strong, attractive force. Ooh, gratitude. This is a glorious time to be alive, and I am so grateful. So, learning to love yourself. This gratitude just makes me think you for sure should be doing your new moon gratitude list, your new moon wish list, right? Wow, you have a lot of cards. So I got this new deck of cards, and it's gemstones, and I wanted to, with all this water, bring things down into earth a little bit. And you have ruby. Vital life force vibrantly flows through me. I am grateful for my energetic passion for life. Right? Get excited about your life. You have black, obsidian. Oh, I should probably show you the picture. Black obsidian. I'm probably not saying that anywhere near right, but this is a very healing stone. And it says, I pay attention to what is going on around me, within me. I am attentive. So paying attention to what's happening around you, being aware. Oh, you have golden topaz. I step forward with joy and enthusiasm. I see my path shining brightly before me. So again, this is about you getting out there, having fun, enjoying yourself, finding the passion. What do you really want? What do you want? And yet, I am divinely protected. I know I am safe. These are great. These are great. It is safe to be who you are. It is safe to love yourself. It is safe to step out on this journey. It is safe to bring love into the situation. So this is really great stuff for you. All right, Gemini, do your new moon ritual. Go ahead and do it. Even if you've never done it before, give it a shot. What do you have to lose, right? Nothing. Nothing. Nothing for trying. All right, we're going to move on to Cancer. Hey there, Cancer. It's Maggie from Indirected. I would like to remind you this is for Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising. When I say which house it is, that really is, I'm talking about your rising sign, if it's Cancer Rising. So that's why it's really good to listen to all three things so you get a better idea of what it is, because we don't all know exactly what time you were born. There is a calculator below if you do, so that you can check that out. I made an agreement with Spirit when I decided to do this channel that they would just go by the signs, and then people would be pulled to the right part to listen to. So, because I originally thought about doing it for the moon signs, but unless you know what time you're born, you may not necessarily know that either, although you could. So it's always good to go to the calculator and check it out. You can find out where your planets are, which is always really helpful. As we get into this more, I'm going to actually probably do some videos to explore about how, knowing where your planets are, how they're going to help you in other ways too. But one thing at a time, right? So let's start with this new moon. This new moon is in Pisces. It's a water sign. That's trine energy, which is great energy for Cancer. It is in your 5th house, 9th house, 9th house. Ooh, 9th house is spiritual communication, which is so wonderful because 12th house activities is about spirit. And so being able to communicate at the higher level with spirit, excellent. It's about travel. It's about research, higher learning. Okay. All right. So it's those kind of issues. Neptune rules Pisces, and it is currently right there in conjunction with the new moon happening. Very exciting. We also have some wild energy happening today. This is the 11th at 11:04 a.m. Wednesday, March 6th. So we also have Uranus moving into Taurus at 0 degrees. That's pretty strong energy. Things might get shaken up a little bit. You might notice it. Things going on in your life. Let's see here for you. Things in your groups and group activities. You might notice that Uranus energy that's in your 11th house. It's there for 7 years, though. So, and I kind of think of it like a kaleidoscope, right? When things get shaken up, then something new is revealed, and it's kind of cool. So, let's just see. All right, so I'm going to get a couple conversation starters here going, and then we'll see what we're going to talk to Spirit about as far as this goes. For your new moon intention, make sure you write down what your hopes and your goals and your dreams are regarding things that you want to learn, travel, if you want to take trips this year. Maybe you don't know how you're going to afford it. You don't need to know that just yet. Just tell Spirit you want to do these things. And you're being asked to look at the bigger picture. This is Sagittarius energy. This card is. So this is about that higher learning, that higher knowledge, like stepping back and getting the bigger picture. You also have with that the Knight of Swords drama. So you might be finding a little drama coming into your life, and you're being asked to take a step back and look. Okay, this is happening. Fine. But you don't have to engage. You can see it. You can step back and be above it, sort of, out of it, observe it, and see what you learn from that, because this is about learning. So that might be something to consider, that there'll be drama going on, and it'd be good to learn from it and not to actually engage in it if possible. Because that Knight of Swords, nobody wants to mess with the Knight of Swords. Comes in with that sharp tongue and just tears things up, and wow, that's tough, right? So it's hard on Cancer. I know that because I'm a Cancer. All right, so you have freedom, independence, and self-determination. So going to school and getting more training allows you to become more independent. Traveling, seeing things, that requires a level of independence. So those are things to be thinking about. Having a wider view gives you a sense of independence, even if you don't go anywhere or do anything or learn anything. But when you step back and you're not engaged in the drama, you're independent from it. It's a different viewpoint. That's kind of, it feels like Seven of Wands energy, where you're standing on the high ground. Sagittarius is very fire sign. This looks like a fire sign energy, like fire energy. Seven of Wands is a fire energy. It's like standing on the high ground, getting up there and saying, okay, I believe in me. You guys can have your drama down there. Wow, beauty. I am deeply and profoundly beautiful. Nice. All right, Cancer. When it's important that you believe in yourself and that you love yourself, and then you recognize that Spirit sees the inner beauty in you, and when you see the inner beauty in you, then it shines forward, and it really doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't. People are attracted to the inside of you. People who are attracted to the outside of you, I'm not impressed, right? That seems so superficial in this time of, ascension. Like, look for people who are higher minded than that can see things from a bigger point of view. Don't worry about that. It's the inner beauty. It's the loving yourself. It's the being able to forgive yourself, the being able to forgive other people. It's understanding that you are beautiful. Oh, you have a new beginning. You have a new beginning, and you have share the message of love. Maybe someone's going to find you beautiful. It is Mercury retrograde. Exes come back. Maybe the new beginning is that you feel that you recognize just how truly wonderful your life is. And the new beginning becomes with the message of love is that you become more accepting of other people, that you rise above the drama, that you don't get down into the gutter and you don't say those negative things. Maybe you turn over a new leaf with this energy. Maybe you become a better version of yourself. We should always be trying to become a better version of ourselves. I don't know. It looks good though. Ooh, leave me a message to tell me what that means to you. Help me out with that. That would be great. I would love to know. And you have, I accept the impermanence of all things. I know that change brings renewal and goodness. That's that new beginning energy. I would love to tell you what this is called. Pre-night. Oh my gosh, pre-night. So I just saw this on something. I get so excited. I just saw this on something. That is the stone that you're supposed to use to help open up your third eye and get more messages from spirit, right? The new beginning, the communication with spirit, the 12th house. It's your 9th house, but the 12th house energy of Pisces, of the spirit, and then the 9th house of you being able to communicate with spirit. Oh my gosh, maybe that's where the beauty is. So that's excellent. Good job. All right. Looks exciting for you. Looks exciting. Leave me a message. Tell me what you think. Love to know. And I'm going to move on now to Leo. Oh, Leo, hi. That's the second time that fell. Only the one time it was just when cards went flying everywhere. So at least that didn't happen. So this is Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising. This new moon energy, it's new moon in Pisces. For you, that will be in your 8th house of transformation. Okay, so 8th house of transformation. Leo, we also have on the same day, Taurus is moving, not Taurus, Uranus is moving into Taurus out of Aries. Every time that Uranus changes signs, it really shakes things up, causes a transformation. So this is a real opportunity for some major transformational energy in your life. Could be in your career. But I think it depends. Where do you want to transform your life? You kind of get to pick because it's 12th. The Pisces is about your hopes, your goals, your dreams, your wishes, your aspirations, and spirit. And Neptune rules Pisces, and it's in the house. It's in conjunction right now in Pisces, in conjunction with the new moon. So this is very powerful, very potent. You can probably create whatever you want. So what do you want? So you write it down on a piece of paper. Your hopes, your goals, your dreams, your wishes. On the back side of the piece of paper, you write down what you are grateful for, and then you burn it. I'm just looking at this card. I think we're going to go ahead and take it, and then we're going to take it, and we'll get you another one. But looks like the conversation's already started here. It says, what do you need to release? And so transformation is about letting things go so that new things can come in. And I feel like it's appropriate. So we'll go ahead and take that one and we'll see what else we get here. It'll be interesting. So I changed my setup. Speaking of transforming. I moved the things around to create a new energy, and also because of the lighting, But when you go through a transformation process, sometimes just moving things around a little creates new energy flows in your life, and it allows for gets things going. Like if things have been stagnant, it gets things moving. So whatever area of your life that you think it is that you want to transform. So say you want to transform your, maybe you want to start a gym routine, like I need to start working out or whatever. Go ahead and go through your clothes that you would wear to the gym, or your shoes, and just like start moving things around, setting them out. It moves things around. It starts a new energy flow. Okay, so what did this say? It's time to release, or you need to release, or what do you need to release? And then we have a new start is coming. So yeah, it's the end of a cycle, beginning of the cycle. That's an 8th house. That's the 8th house activities of transformation. That's that scorpionic energy of death and rebirth. It's like letting something go so something new could come in. So what do you need to release so that you can have this new beginning? That's what you need to think about. We have a new moon. That's a powerful opportunity. And look, you can bring in abundance. You have the Empress. You can bring in abundance. So what do you want to bring in? And if in fact it's in your, you want to do that in your career house, if you want to let go of something, you know, maybe it's time to release your attitude and create your, update your resume and start going out there, or I don't know, because being in the house it's in, I kind of feel like you have the option of picking what you want. Not bad, right? I'm sorry for the sniffing, and if I end up blowing my nose, I picked up a cold somewhere. Always fun. Okay, so what do you need to know about this? Okay, we have magnify your intentions. Okay. Magnify your intentions. The best way to do that, we've got this big spotlight on it right now, right, is to sit down, write it out. Put it on a piece of paper, flip it over, write your gratitude list, and then you burn it and you turn it over to Spirit. That's how you can magnify your intentions right now, and you have laughter. So what do you need to let go of so you can bring in something new that's going to be abundant? And then find the joy and find the passion again in your life, right? Find something to enjoy. And honestly, I feel like one way to magnify your opportunities here is to deliberately find a way to have fun. So go do something fun. Go do something, you know, call up a friend if you want and chat with them. Go to the comedy club and laugh. I mean, find something that's fun and enjoyable for you. Yes, you're being encouraged to get out and have some fun. You have playfulness. You have emerging. That's that Empress energy of the seed that's emerging. It's like as though you've been in a dark place and now the sun is starting to shine again. And that's important to a Leo because you are ruled by the sun, right? And then that helps you get into the flow. So get out there, have some fun, just do something good for yourself. Change your energy. I really feel like you need to change your energy. So you can consider what you want to release, so you can bring it in, so you can get what you want. After all, nobody manifests better than you do. And we have, malachite, a stone I can say. It says, I recognize repetitive patterns, and choose love, compassion, and kindness. All right. Sometimes that compassion and kindness is for yourself, but you're pretty good at that. So maybe you need to look around and see who else you need to be kind and compassionate to and throw a little love into the situation. But it looks pretty good. So I have my kitty friend visiting me, and she usually takes a nap at 11:30, and I was going to do my videos then. She never took a nap today, and I keep thinking she's going to pounce on me over here. So if that happens, sorry. Alright, well, Leo, that looks like that's it for you today. Make sure you write things down. Work it out, right? Work it out. Alright, let's go on. Virgo. Virgo, how you doing? Virgo sun, Virgo moon, Virgo rising. Woo! All right, so new moon. New moon is happening in Pisces, which is right across from you. You just had that full moon where you completed a cycle, and now we have this new moon happening in Pisces, and it becomes a full moon during your birthday month. And so, wow, well, your birthday season of Virgo. It's not really a month because, you know, August and September, whatever. So that means that it's happening in your 7th house, partnerships. What do you want? Right? What do you want? So, lots of things happening near you. For instance, Virgo. Virgo is comfortable with water energy, right? So, Pisces is nice energy for you. So, you have this Neptune in conjunction. Neptune rules Pisces. It is conjunct with the new moon that's happening in Pisces. That makes this very, very strong and very, very powerful. So much like your full moon that just happened, it has a lot of power. There seems to be like a train of these really powerful moons happening, right? So those ones carries a lot of power because hopes, goals, dreams, wishes are definitely highlighted. And for you, this is in your partnership sector. Nice, right? Real opportunity to create the kind of abundance that you want. So, remember to check out your sun, your moon, your rising. When I say it's in your 7th house, it has more to do with Virgo rising, okay? But unless you know which, unless you've done the calculator, I have it below, and you know exactly what your time of birth is and where you were born at, you wouldn't know what your rising sign is. And so when I started this channel, I was worried about that, and Spirit and I decided that we would do this so that you would get the message you need by being for sun, moon, and rising. But it's always good if you can do the calculator to check out what your moon sign is. You might be able to figure that out without exact birth time and your rising sign. So you get a more complete picture, right? Because sun sign is how you view the world, how you feel inside about things. Your rising sign is your personality and how you interact with the world. And your moon is how you feel about what's going on around you. So, Virgo. This is a new moon, and it's 2 weeks out from your full moon, and it says here conclusions are within reach, and this is full moon eclipse, which is really what just happened in your sign. And so a cycle that is ending, right? It's in the process, but when something ends, a new something begins. So this conclusion, this major cycle that's ending is ending, but what do you want to start the new cycle with? And that's what you would want to write down for your new moon intentions. So you write them down, and you write down on the backside what you're grateful for, and then you burn it and you turn it over to Spirit. That's how you do a new moon intention that has a lot of legs to it. You have the, have you been bored? Okay, so you have the 4 of Cups, which is about boredom or an opportunity that you're really not acting on. And so maybe the end of the cycle now is that, okay, so I've been sitting on go about something, now it's time to get moving on it with partnership maybe. Maybe you're bored in your life, I don't know. You also have the King of Wands. The King of Wands, it's about practicality. It's about business. It's about feeling in control of your life and knowing inside that you are really worthy. And understanding that other people are going to recognize your worthiness, right? Like the king of the jungle kind of energy. So I think that this is about self-belief. If you are looking for a partnership, the end of the cycle needs to be anything that you have been feeling. So this is so funny. I'm so sorry. I have a cat that's visiting me. She usually takes a nap, and she didn't. And she literally just brought me her toy to play with. And I think that for you, it's really important that you understand that if you're bored and you want to do something, you got to do something to get what you want, right? If you can't just sit on the sidelines of life. You should get out there and have some fun, meet some people, step into that King of Wands energy where you're large and in charge. Feel good about that. Understand that you can create what you want in life. But you have to take some action, right? It's the end of the cycle so that a new cycle can begin. If you are bored, that's kind of on you. What are you doing? Why are you sitting on the sidelines of life? Grab your toys and go find someone to play with, right? I can't believe she brings that. It makes me laugh. I wake up sometimes in the middle of the night and it's on my bed. And I think, I'm not playing in the middle of the night. She's so adorable. All right, let's get you another card. Ooh, you have divination. Okay, so Pisces in full moon in Pisces. I mean, new moon in Pisces with Neptune. Okay, so that is about spiritual contact. That is about knowing and understanding that you are in communication with spirit, that you can get what you want. And so divination is also about listening to your intuition and really touching base with your higher self and with spirit and those hopes and those goals and the dreams, right? That's how you're going to bring that stuff in. Okay. I don't know if you can hear her. She's so funny. Okay. I got a little laser pointer for her. Oh my gosh. I don't know who has more fun with that. Her or me. Okay, you have... I put myself in a dark corner so that I could have better video quality, but now I can't read anything. Ooh, it says, open your arms? Open your arms to receiving divination. Okay, so you're bored, apparently. You're at the end of a cycle. You're waiting for the new cycle to begin. Maybe you thought when that full moon happened, you're like, well, that was supposed to be the end of the cycle, and I feel like I'm stuck. Okay, well, there's that 2-week kind of concluding thing, and now there's the new moon, right? And so what do you want to receive? What do you want to plant the intentions of? And it says, open your arms to receiving, which means that once you decide what it is you want, once you start putting the effort in, once you say, hey, I want things to be different. Now, this Four of Cups energy over here, this deck doesn't show it the way a lot of decks do. A lot of decks show somebody who's sitting there and one cup is being offered, but they're looking at the 3 that are spilt on the ground they're not interested in or whatever. But there's one offer and they're just not paying attention to it. They're not open to the receiving. So you're definitely being asked to get open to what Spirit's trying to bring into you. And this practicality is what they call this King of Wands, which when I think of practicality, I actually think of Virgo. Very, organized and basic, and not basic, but detail-oriented and practical. And, this is the way things should be, and let's do it that way. And there's a very practical energy. But maybe in order to get the creativity to come in from Wands is about creativity, you need to be open to receiving the opportunity and the what Spirit's trying to bring, the intentions and the ideas, the definition. And you have beauty that just came out. And so this is about knowing that you are a beautiful person inside and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you're the 6th sign I've done. And this card's come up twice. And then there was another card that came up twice that's about beauty also. And so I feel like that Pisces insecurity is really affecting a lot of people. Like, don't be insecure. Be proud of who you are. Stand in the beauty of who you are. When you know that you are wonderful and beautiful, and beauty can be male or female, right? Beauty is that inner glow, that goodness that shines out. That's what beauty really is. When you know that, when you are confident in that, it reflects out into the world, and then that's how you attract that kind of person into your life, which would give you the kind of relationship that maybe you're looking for. And that relationship, that partnership, could be business. It doesn't have to be romantic. Maybe you are bored with the work that you are doing and you're looking to start a new line of work, and you're trying to attract in something, that's practical and that works for you, but you don't want to be bored at work anymore. It could be that. And you have 2 cards. And again, these cards keep showing up. It's the same ones over and over. So we have this gold topaz, which is about having fun. It is about having fun. I step forward with joy and enthusiasm. I see my path shining brightly before me. This is not about being bored. This is about getting out. I step forward with joy and enthusiasm. And you also have the ruby, which has shown up like 4 times. Vital life force flows through me. I am grateful for my energetic passion for life. So if you're bored, it's because you're not putting in the energy. You make the decision to do something. So you can change the energy in your house. Rearrange some furniture. Clear out a drawer, which I kind of doubt you have a messy drawer. But just go through, find some area of your life that you can move things around. Just literally changing the energy around you changes your energy. So get out and go for a walk in nature if you can. Do something constructively. You're an earth sign. Being grounded is really important. And so if you can at all stand it, I don't know what the weather is like where you're at, but try to find some way to be properly attired to get out there. And maybe you need to go early in the morning to avoid the heat. Maybe you need to go in the middle of the afternoon so you can have some heat. I don't know. But find a way to get yourself out there and just start doing something. Do something to move the energy field around you. It's very important. It feels very stagnant. I'm having trouble right here. This is kind of like in the heart area, but more like, I don't know, heart chakra and throat chakra, but it really feels like heart chakra. Like I'm really tense. And so do something to relieve the tension. Do something that opens you up and gives you an opportunity. You are at an end of a cycle, okay? But the cycle can't conclude if you don't start the new one. And so here you have a really great opportunity. So write your new moon intentions. Write down your gratitude list. Burn them. And then actually do something. Do something differently. Take a different way to work. Try a new restaurant. Do something different just for the sake of it being different. Just so you can change the energy. All right? Okay, let's move on. We have Libra. Hi, Libra. This would be for Libra Sun, Libra Moon, and Libra Rising. This is for the new moon in Pisces. It's happening at 11:04 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday, March 6th. I am recording a couple days ahead. Yay. I have moved my location so that I can record during the day. When I'm more alert, I like it. Libra. Okay, so Libra, this new moon in Pisces, it's in your 6th house of your day-to-day activities, of your work, not necessarily career, but work. The running around, getting people to where they have to go, your health routine, that kind of stuff. So here's a really good opportunity to start a new health routine and to get yourself in shape for the summer. Hey, why not? Or if it is summer where you are, we'll actually be getting into the fall. Make sure that, you know, you don't, I don't know, gain unwanted weight. It creates health issues, right? So there's that. So this new moon in Pisces is happening in conjunction with Neptune in Pisces. They're at the same place, and Pisces is ruled by Neptune, so it's very powerful. And on the same day, we have Uranus moving out of Aries into Taurus, and it's kind of shaking things up. And so there's just a lot of things happening. And then we, of course, have Mercury retrograde that started on Tuesday. And so, wow. I mean, celestially, lots of things here. But it says you and your loved ones are safe. Nice. That's a great start. I don't care what's going on, right? So this new moon, if you're worried about health issues, you're safe. That doesn't mean you aren't supposed to be doing something about it. But maybe if you're having worst case scenario fears, you know, Mercury retrograde suggests that you slow down when you're driving. That would be another way to create safety. But this is, you know, Cancer's about home, and this right here is Cancer card, new moon in Cancer. So this would be maybe about your home life or some situation that has to do with that. Let's see what else Spirit wants to talk to you about. Okay, so just so that we're clear, your sun sign. Your sun sign has to do with how you view the world. What you know, it's determined by the day you were born. And then your rising sign is determined by the time and the place you were born, because it has to do with the sun on the horizon. And so that's your personality, and that's how you interact with the world. And then your moon sign is determined by the time you were born and the day. And that would be how you feel. How you feel about the way, you know, things are interacting around you. I'm really sorry that when I moved my setup so I could do this during the daytime, I'm now it's been really close to the furnace, which I'm not turning down because it's super loud. But I love your cards. So please excuse the loud furnace, but it's like 0 degrees out. Okay, so you got two. You got the Emperor and the Empress. Oh, wait, that's the King of Wands. He looks like the Emperor. But you have the Emperor. Oh, you have the King and the Queen of Wands. Ah, it's still a pair. It's a pair. Libra. Libra, you're all about balance. This is the yin and the yang energy. This is the feminine and the masculine energy, right? But it's a couple. It's a power couple. It's a creative couple. It's lots of energy. And the card says you and your loved ones are safe. And so if you're worried about what's going on around your house, I would say don't be so worried. Ooh, let's do it this way, because it looks good. It looks really good. Lots of positive, safe. Look at them just looking at each other. And it's that balance that Libra's always trying to seek out. And I don't know anybody who cares more about balance in relationships than a Libra. And that looks pretty positive. So what are your hopes, your goals, your dreams, and your wishes regarding how to create balance? This could be work-life balance, right? How, you know, the masculine energy of going out and creating financial security and practicality and stuff for the house, and then you have the nurturing energy of the feminine. You know, so how do I create that kind of balance? And it doesn't matter if you're male or female. Every person has this male and female aspect to them, and everybody is working or should be working to try to create this kind of a balance in their life where they're nurturing enough to their family, and they're still able to get out there and create financial security, right? It's the two aspects. So that kind of looks like what's on your mind, what Spirit has on their mind. So when you're writing your goals, you know, your dreams, your hopes, your goals, your dreams, your wishes for this new moon, go ahead and write them about aspects about those areas and try to bring that to you. Be sure to include your gratitude list. I don't know if I've already said this because I'm speaking to so many people in circles kind of, but make sure you write it down and then you burn it, you turn it over to Spirit. And then that gives Spirit a real opportunity to take over how they're going to create that for you. And then you have this. This is that nurturing energy. She's pregnant. It's that receptive energy. But it's providing for your family, right? She's providing safe haven. She's doing it by being receptive. But there's a practical nature too. As a mother, you also provide security, and so it's the yin and the yang too. Even though it's creative, it's very creative energy. I was looking for the cat. She brought a toy over to play a little while ago. So cute. She did not take her usual nap. I was trying to time my videos for when she'd be napping. She wouldn't take a nap today. She's like a small child that way, right? Okay, let's see here. Ooh, delight. Oh, Libra, I am loving your new moon in Virgo. I mean, in Pisces energy here. Delight. What brings you joy and happiness? Focus on that. Oh, you have such good energy. It's been a while. Sky Blue, I don't know if you're watching this, but if you are, be sure to say hi. I'm excited for you. So tell me what it is you're trying to create. Everybody, I want to know. Leave me a message of how this applies to your life and what you're trying to create. Yep, let go of anxiety. So, if you've been worried, if you've been nervous, if you've been concerned, let it go. Because this looks great. I mean, this looks really great. Oh my gosh, Libra. Excited for you. Finding that balance, that yin and that yang. Your home and your family. That work-life balance. Start having the fun and enjoying life, and don't worry so much about it, the negative stuff. You have Leopard Skin Jasper. I've never seen this one. I'm super excited. I just got this new deck, but I mean, I've never seen this card, this stone anywhere. I didn't know there was such a thing. Of course you would get such a fun one. Excuse me. Excuse me. Please get down. Come on. Get down. Go on. Thank you. Thank you. All right. All right. I usually have a chair for her, and I didn't think to do that. It says here, I observe my surroundings and know I am divinely guided. There you go. All right. Well, that looks really good, Libra. I'm going to take a little break here before I start the next video so I can set up the kitty cat. So you can look at your cards. Here we go, Mia. Could you please sit? Yes. Okay. And I'm back for Scorpio. Hey there, Scorpio. It's Maggie from Moon Directed with your new moon in Pisces energy reading. Oh my gosh, this is an exciting new moon. It's in a water sign. It's in your 5th house of fun, romance, children. So this would be Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, and Scorpio Rising. And for you, just a little reminder, Scorpio Sun is determined by the day that you were born, and that is how you feel inside, how you view the world. Your moon sign is determined by the day and the time you were born. That's why I have a calculator below. You can check it out if you don't know what it is. But that is how you feel about the world and how you feel about how the world interacts with you. And then there is your rising sign, which is determined by the day, the time, and the place you were born, because it's where the moon was, where the sun was on the horizon. So that's your personality. That's how the world sees you. That's how you interact with the world, right? It's like the sun, where the sun touches the earth, right? So, okay. This is in your 5th house. Fun, romance. Scorpio, what do you want to change? Because with Neptune in conjunction with the new moon, in hopes and goals and dreams and wishes, in your fun and romance and creative, what do you want to create? You can, if you have a creative project, a new business that's creative that you want to launch out there, this is a good time to plant your seeds of intention for that. If you want to start a new romance, it's a good time to plant seeds of intention for that. If you want to get pregnant, this is a good time to plant seeds of intention for that. Here, baby. Hi, here. I was trying to time the videos for when the kitty would nap. She didn't nap today. I don't know what that's about. It's just like when you want your kids to take a nap. So I moved to a different location in my house so that I don't have to worry about the lighting so much. Except now I can't read anything. So you'll see me kind of struggle with that. But hey, we all just do the best we can around here. Okay. So, conversation started from Spirit. What do they want to talk to you about? You have, the Queen of Pentacles and the Vortex. The Vortex is the devil. Only in this card, it's depicted as like a water spout. It's temptation. Scorpio, what are you tempted about? Because we have the Queen of Pentacles, which is kindness. Are we talking about romance? A little temptation. Maybe you met a Queen of Pentacles. Scorpio, water signs tend to get involved with earth signs. Queen of Pentacles would be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay. Let's get another card for this. Just to see if we go, or 2. Or 3. Okay, so you're being asked to look at the bigger picture. Nothing comes of this situation, and emotions are running high. All right. Look at the bigger picture, because so you're being tempted to get into a romance. Hey, if you just want to have some fun, don't let me stop you. I'm just saying, but take a look at the bigger picture. If the person you're getting involved with is in a relationship already, or married in a committed relationship kind of thing like that, you might want to take a double look at that. Maybe that's not a situation to get involved with. You know, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. I'm just saying, look out for that, Scorpio. You don't want to be getting involved with something like that. So, leave me a comment. Let me know what this temptation is about with this Pentacles person. And just because it says Queen of Pentacles, if you are somebody that likes men, it could be a male. Don't let that throw you off. All right? Okay. Wow. Okay. Scorpio, of course you have that kind of a situation going on. You are sassy like that. So we have sisterhood. Oh, sisterhood. What is that? Fertility. I have a deck I borrowed from somebody. Which is hard to believe if you know how many decks I have. Fertility, allies, compatible, souls, loyalty. So this is about friendship. It says sisterhood, but it would be brotherhood too. It's who are your friends, knowing who your friends are. So get out and have some fun with your friends and leave the married people or the committed people alone. And hang out with your friends and go have some fun. So, I think, Scorpio, you've been going through a lot, and I think things are starting to turn in the right direction, and maybe identifying who is loyal in your life and who is worth your time and your effort, who is kind, right? As opposed to being the devil might be a thing to do too. Yep, smile. Get out and have some fun. You are being encouraged by Spirit. You have been, it's been looking tough. So, time to have some fun. Put the joy back in your life. Get out there. Do things with people you care about. People who are kind to you. Maybe you need a little self-nurturing, a little kindness. You have emerging. I am emerging into the light with joy and ease, and this is you. You have been having a hard go, and things are now looking brighter, and spring is around the corner. And so, honestly, I think for your new moon intention, Scorpio, ask Spirit to help you find the joy in life again. Help you to find the happiness and the romance that you want, but don't tell Spirit how to make that happen. And then kind of change the energy around by actually calling up people you like and you trust, and just getting out with the girls or the guys or whatever. Just get out and have some fun with your friends. And then let's see what happens, right? So don't worry so much about getting on the dating websites. Just get out there and go have some fun and see what happens. And you have... Rhodonite. My mental and emotional bodies are balanced. Yes, I attract nurturing people. Yep, get out and have some fun with people you like. Throw the love out there yourself, for your friends, and let it create the energy around you so you attract that kind of person in. But don't worry so much about whether or not you're in a relationship right now with one particular person, and instead think about how much you can love yourself and your friends and go have some fun. That looks like the message of the new moon for you. This is not a bad message, honestly. Some of them are like, you need to do this work stuff. Yours is just like, go have some freaking fun. Hey, who doesn't want that? I want someone to tell me that. All right. We're going to go on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius. This new moon in Pisces, Sagittarius, is happening in your 4th house. So this is for Pisces sun, Pisces moon, Pisces rising. If you don't know what your sun, your moon, and your rising is, there is a calculator below. Check that out. But your sun sign is determined by the day you were born. And that has to do with who you are, how you view the world, who's the core of who you are, the essence of you, right? And then the moon sign is determined by the time you were born and the day you were born. And you don't have to have the exact time. If you have a pretty good idea, you could probably figure out your moon sign. And if you want your rising sign, though, you pretty much need the exact time you were born within, half hour or so. And place. And so that's calculated by where the sun was on the horizon. So it's where the personality, the sun, right, the sun sign, where the sun meets the earth. So it's your personality. It's how you interact with the world. It's how the world views you, right? So when I was starting this channel, I knew that I'd be using the houses to help figure out what's going on. And so talked to Spirit, and we, kind of made the agreement that if you listen to your sun, your moon, your rising, or if you only listen to your sun sign, you should be able to get the messages for you. But I do think that you have a better, more well-rounded picture if you check them all out. So if you can get that information and use it on the calculator, that would be beneficial for you. But for you, Sagittarius, this comes in your 4th house of home. And Neptune is in conjunction with Pisces right now. And so conjunction, Neptune rules Pisces. And so that makes it a very powerful new moon, a real big opportunity for you to plant seeds of intention that have to do with things about the home nurturing, motherhood, things that are really important to you. And so you write them down on a piece of paper. On the back side of the paper, be sure to write your gratitude list. Very important that you're grateful. When you thank the universe, much like your mother, right? When you say thank you, it's kind of please and thank you, right? When you say thank you, they want to do more for you. They understand that you recognize what they're doing, and they bring more in. Oh my gosh, I thought I had all the cards, and I don't. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. Get your conversation started from Spirit. Your energy feels interesting. Like the dawning of a new day. Interesting. Like kind of waking up energy. Like, okay, I'm ready to get up and get at them. Like that yesterday was yesterday and today is a new day. And it feels more confident. Like, didn't exactly enjoy everything yesterday, but I'm ready to take this on. Ooh. Yep. And your commitment is being tested. So it is a new day. There's this new energy. There's this opportunity here with this new moon energy to set the stage for how you want it. What you really want, your commitment is being tested. That means that you're still, you're still struggling. But it's like, I was a single mom with 3 kids. And I didn't get it right every day. And some days were just horrible, right? But I get up the next day and I'm like, it's a new day. And it's a new opportunity for me to get it better. To be more correct today. To get it, just to improve it a little. And that's kind of what it feels like for you. Oh, look at this. You have partnership. The 2 of Cups. Nice. So, is your commitment being tested in your relationship? At home? With a major relationship? And it's a new day and you need to get up and work a little harder? Maybe. If this is what's going on with you, I'm sure to comment below and let me know. Because that's what it feels like. I feel like there's some kind of a commitment. Now the commitment could be that you're trying to keep things together with your partner and maybe your mother's not feeling well and you're having to take care of her. I don't know. I feel like, you just need to get up with some determination and do today. And then tomorrow you get up and you do tomorrow. And I think by staying as present in the moment as you possibly can, not looking too far down the road in either direction, backward or forward, just focusing on where you are, staying committed to the commitments that you made. That's how you're going to get this. The breakthrough. That's how you're going to get the breakthrough. It's coming. There's been a test. Family issues, right? They've been really testing you. But stay committed. So Sagittarius, this is visions. And the thing about you, Sagittarius, is that you just know stuff. Think about it. You just know stuff, right? It's because the centaur has his feet planted on the ground, but his arrow is pointing to the sky, and intuition comes down, and it is rooted in practicality. You just know stuff. You just know stuff. So listen to the little voices in your head. That doesn't mean you're crazy. I don't care what anybody says. Listen to it. Follow the inner guidance. It's a new day. Just keep working. I know you're feeling really tested and maybe a little tired. But I don't feel tired. I feel determined. Just, oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, this keeps showing up in various forms. It says, let your inner beauty shine. So you're number 9 of the signs I've done, and more than half have gotten a beauty card in different decks. And the thing about it is that Pisces is so insecure. It can be, in the negative side, it can be very insecure. And so with all this Piscean energy, it could be that you're not feeling really sure of yourself. And that's what's being tested. And so you really need to commit yourself to understanding that, you know, don't be insecure. Be your confident fire side. You know, fire signs are very confident people. They know things. They are aware. They pay attention. There's a breakthrough coming. Don't let this negative energy swamp you. And you also received first steps. Okay, so yes, there is a breakthrough coming. You'll have a vision. You'll know what the next step is. The vision might be an idea that flashes through your head, or it might be something you hear, or you might literally have a vision because you're Sagittarius. Very psychic sign. And so this vision, this idea, this thought, whatever, you know, there'll be steps. And so, like I said, stay as present as you can. And today, you take the step. And then tomorrow, there'll be a new step. And you'll just keep going, right? Just keep going. Because the breakthrough's coming. You'll get through this. Wow, these cards. Okay. Wow. All right. My mind and spirit are connected with each other and the divine. That's Sagittarius all over the place. This stone right here is called Seraphinite. Ooh, Seraphim. Like, you know, the angels all gathered together in a group. My body and mind are in balance and I am healthy. Some word I can't say. So I'll let you figure that out. It's blue and it's green. So we have Yep, this card's very green. These are heart chakra colors. We have blue and green. That's the throat chakra. And ooh, retilated quartz. Never heard of it, but it's beautiful. I am grateful that my vital life force provides me with the energy and the motivation to live life to the fullest. This is the part where you're being tested. So you need to find the joy, the beauty. There is a breakthrough coming. There is a breakthrough coming, right? Breakthrough. It's coming. So just keep going. One step at a time. You might not know the whole plan right now. Maybe you don't need to. Maybe that's too much to have to deal with right now, right? So what do I do today that's a little bit better than what I did yesterday to get me just a little further down the road, because I'm feeling very tested and maybe it's overwhelming to think of the whole thing, right? Leave me a comment and let me know if this resonates with you. I'd really like to know. All right, we're going to go on now to Capricorn. Capricorn. Hey there, Capricorn. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. We have a new moon in Pisces. It's happening in conjunction with Neptune. Neptune rules Pisces. So very powerful. We have been having a train of some very powerful lunations. That's the full moon and the new moon. They've been having things go on like, oh, I don't know, eclipses. This one, we have it in conjunction with its ruling planet. So, wow. And at the same time, we've got Uranus moving into Taurus, which is a fellow earth sign for you, so you might notice this. Uranus is chaos and shaking things up, and things might feel a little out of whack. And then, you know, Mercury retrograde, which isn't affecting the earth sign so much this year, which is a good thing. Wait your turn. Because Uranus is going to be in Taurus for like 6 or 7 years. So you will have that retrograde stuff happening then too. That'll be fun. I'm laughing. I'm a Capricorn rising. Speaking of which, your sun sign. Your sun sign is determined by the time, by the day you were born, right? That's the essence of you. That's how you view the world. That's who you are inside. And your moon sign is determined by the time you were born and the day you were born. And so there's a calculator below to help you calculate out what your moon sign is, if you don't already know it. And that is how you feel about the world and the interaction with it and things that are going on around you. And then your rising sign is determined by the time and the place and the day you were born. And so you definitely need the calculator for that. And that's where the sun was on the horizon. And so that's your personality. It's kind of where the rubber meets the road, right? It's how people view you. It's how you interact with the world. And so when I was setting up this channel, I was a little worried because I sit here and I say things like, Capricorn, this new moon's gonna happen in your third house of communications, and that'd be like emails and conversations and intimate conversations and your siblings and that kind of thing. And you know, with Mercury in retrograde, you might notice a little something there, but it really has to do with your rising sign. And so Spirit, and I made a deal with Spirit that you would find the messages you need. And so you may find them here. You may find them in your rising sign or your moon sign, but if you don't know them and all you know is your sun sign, then you will find something you need here. So be sure to give me a comment and let me know what it is that resonates with you, because I would really love to know. And so let's get started. For you, this is really weird because it's a new moon, but you're being asked, what do you need to release? Now, we just came off of that really powerful full moon in Virgo, which would have been in your 9th house of travel, higher learning, spiritual conversations. So this was the spirit conversations with Spirit and your higher self, and now this time we have a new moon happening in your conversations with intimate partners and people around you and stuff like that. So what do you need to release from that full moon that maybe you haven't quite let go of yet, so you can begin this new cycle? We have the 6 of Cups. That's soulmate energy. That's exes coming back. That's children. That's actually really nice energy. I like the 6 of Cups. And 6 of Cups is also Capricorn. I mean, not Capricorn, but Cancer energy. So Capricorn is the authority and the father figure, and 6 of Cups energy being in Cancer, that would be the nurturing, mothering energy, right? And oftentimes, earth signs will get involved with water signs, such as Cancer and Scorpio, Pisces. So, this communication here, what do you need to let go of? Do you need to let go of an expectation of communication with an ex? Do you need to let go of, feels like letting go of some kind of expectation so that something new can come in? Because a lot of times when we decide this is how I want it, this is how it has to happen, then you limit the way that Spirit can create the abundance that you're seeking, whether it's abundance of finances or emotional abundance or spiritual abundance. So when you say, this is how I want it, this is how I need it, and you narrow the funnel down, it's not to say it won't happen. But the more specific you are about how it's going to happen, I always think you should be specific about what you want. But when it comes to the how, the more specific you are, the less room for maneuvering you give Spirit. And so it's better to pick the what and leave the how up to Spirit. And you have a sacrifice. So you haven't given up something yet. You're hanging on to something, Capricorn, that you need to release in order to allow something new to come in. And with this whole retrograde and Pisces energy of kind of spinning around and looking at what you've done and reviewing and stuff, maybe what you need to let go of is maybe You need to let go of guilt or personal responsibility for something that you're not actually responsible for. It's emotional. Whatever it is that you need to let go of, there's some kind of a negative emotion that you need to release. Because what cups are, there's 6 of them. That's a lot of water energy. So something from your past. There's something from your past that you need to let go of. Some not positive emotional energy that you need to release. So you can allow this new moon in Pisces, which is all emotional energy, to bring in something new. You have to complete that cycle. And it has to do with communication. So maybe you regret what you said. Maybe you regret... Is there somebody you need to say you're sorry to? Is there somebody that you need to forgive even if they're not around to receive the forgiveness? Do you need to forgive yourself? And generally, I think we begin with needing to forgive ourselves. Pisces energy can be very low self-esteemed. And so, forgiving yourself for something in the past. Maybe it was just forgiving yourself for bad choices that you made. And understanding that in order to create new and solid, good financial, not financial, but emotional opportunities for yourself, you have to let go of feeling guilty about it. And yes, you got to heal. Your healing card. What do you need to heal? And I really think it's healing yourself. I think this is about self-forgiveness. I think you need to forgive yourself. You need to let that go. So you didn't know. Well, guess what? That's why you're here, right? We didn't come here knowing everything. If we knew everything, we wouldn't need to be here. We're here to learn lessons. We're here to grow. We're here to make our souls stronger, better, brighter, and also to get to experience the 3D pleasures of the world. And so if you can't forgive yourself for something because you didn't know, well, you weren't supposed to know. And the biggest part of the lesson here, and this is hard because you're Capricorn, and Capricorn has that need to be in charge and be full of authority, and we think we should have it right, and we overcome obstacles, and we're so great at adjusting and maneuvering and initiating, and oh my gosh, you screwed something up. You need to forgive yourself and stop punishing yourself, like emotionally punishing yourself. We have Saturn in Capricorn right now, which is all about boundaries and limits. And then we've got Neptune in Pisces. So about your hopes, your goals, your dreams, your wishes. So stop limiting yourself to the past and allow the future to come in by letting go of any negative feelings you have about anything that you have done or someone has done to you. This is about healing relationships for you. And it's a 6-month process because it's a new moon. And this moon doesn't go full until we get into Virgo season. So you may not notice that the healing process is really complete until mid-September. But begin now. Begin now. Start taking the steps now. This is not going to happen overnight. When you have this kind of healing, it's okay, so you have raised your vibration. That's about loving yourself. That's how you raise your vibration. When you forgive yourself, when you accept yourself, that's how you raise your vibration. That's how you move yourself forward. This communication. So you got communication. This is communicating with yourself. That is the most intimate of communications. You need to start having a conversation with yourself. And you need to invite in your higher self, which is right across the Zodiac, totally in line, no problem. So start communicating with yourself in positive terms. If you say negative things about yourself, I don't care what it is. Oh my gosh, I never get this right. Or, oh my gosh, I never have any money. Or, oh my gosh, I'm so bad at this. Or, stop saying those things because you create that energy around yourself. Okay? So start speaking kindly to yourself. I am learning how to do this. I am improving my finances. I know that sounds ridiculous if you're not used to doing it, but once you start doing it, you start seeing the difference. So that's one way to raise your vibrations, by speaking kinder words to yourself. And the other one is, I am worthy, I am lovable, I am loving. If you do nothing else, I would love for you to write that down. I am worthy, I am lovable, I am loving. And put it on a little 5x7 card, whatever, index card, and stick it next to your bed and say it in the morning when you get up. Say it before you go to bed at night. If you do nothing else with this new moon, but you do that, you start to raise your vibration. And that's when the healing process begins. So start with that. I am worthy, I am lovable, I am loving. And you don't have to be perfect. If you were perfect, you would be boring. Who wants boring? Not me, right? So it's about shadow and light. That's how we become a 3D complete person. If you don't mess up, you don't have any shadow side. And then you're just vanilla ice cream. I'd rather be vanilla and chocolate swirl, wouldn't you? Okay, so here we go. We have blue tiger's eye. Ooh. That's cool looking. It is easy for me to see beyond the obvious. I focus on my own sacred path. Focus on yourself for the next 6 months, on your emotional growth, on raising your vibration, on healing yourself. That's what you need to let go of, is your negative self-talk, your negative self-image, and start growing your positive parts of you. Seeing your sacred path, that you are beautiful, you are loving, you are worthy, you are lovable, you are loving. All right, Capricorn. That's a lot. That's kind of heavy. And it's perfect in the Pisces, in this Piscean energy of this deep emotional healing waters of Pisces. Perfect time to start it. Perfect. Really couldn't be better. Nothing happens by accident. Not really. You can do this. You can do this. All right. Let's go on. Moving on to Aquarius. Hey there, Aquarius. It's Maggie from Indirected, bringing you your Pisces new moon reading. This would be for Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Moon, Aquarius Rising. Aquarius Sun is determined by the day you were born. It is the essence of you. It is how you feel inside. It's who you really are. It's how you view the world. Your Aquarius Moon is determined by, well, not your Aquarius moon, but any moon is determined by the day and the time you were born. There's a calculator below. You can use that to determine that. You just have to kind of roughly know what part of the day you were born, probably, to get that right. Probably. Not necessarily, but probably. Rising sign. That is the exact moment when you were born. That's where the sun was on the horizon. So you need daytime and place. That's your personality. So your moon is how you feel about things, how you react to things, but your personality, your rising sign, that's how you interact with the world. That's how the world sees you. And so I think to get a really complete picture of what's going on, you should check out your sun, your moon, and your rising. When I started this channel, because I use the houses to kind of guide the reading, if it doesn't quite resonate with the house, or it doesn't, that's because that's really for the rising sign. But I set the intention with Spirit that you would get the messages you need. So if you know your sun, your moon, your rising, you should definitely check them out, because you might find a more complete answer that way. But I still think that there's something here for you, or I wouldn't be doing this. All right, so Aquarius, in your second house. this Pisces. Neptune is in conjunction with Pisces at this new moon on Wednesday at 11:04 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Pisces is ruled by Neptune. So that makes it a very potent new moon, a real opportunity to plant some seeds of intention regarding your second house, which is your self-esteem, self-value, self-worth, finances. I feel like this has a lot to do with your emotional. Not so much your finances. Unless your finances kind of affect how you feel about yourself. But you have Scorpio energy here of working through your fears with this. And a fiery climax approaches. And so there is something that you've been afraid of doing. And oh, Aquarius, I keep seeing this in your reading. You have all this fear, like this thing that's coming that you don't want to deal with. And you've been trying to not deal with it, but you have to. And I've seen you taking the baby steps and moving forward, but you still have a lot of fear about it. And I think that there's going to be this moment when it's like, wow. And this fiery climax, I feel like that's today too. Because we have Uranus, which rules your sign of Aquarius, which is chaos and sudden changes and everything. It's moving out of fiery Aries into very grounded Taurus. But when it does, boom, there's going to be like stuff happening. Check the news. Like stuff with the earth. When it did that last May, it moved for a few months into Taurus, and then it backed into Aries, and then now it's into Taurus for good for like the next 6 to 7 years. There was volcanic eruptions and a tsunami and stuff. Like a fiery climax. Okay, so that's on the macro scale. But in the micro scale in your life, you have these fears that you need to face. And I feel like between this new moon energy and the Uranus, which rules your planet, your sign, moving into Taurus out of fiery Aries, I really feel like this is definitely going to be almost like a shock and awe. Like this thing you're afraid of, it's going to be like, bam, in your face, and then you're going to be like, whoa, hey. Sometimes our fears are bigger than reality, right? Like it's when you face your fears, you're like, oh, now they're the right size. Like they seem so big, and they weren't really. They're manageable. And so for your new moon intentions, I would seriously look at what is it that you're so afraid of. And I want you to think of the best case scenario for the outcome. And I would write that down for your new moon intention. How do you want this situation to resolve? What would be the perfect way for it to resolve? Now, outcome, not path forward, right? Because the best way to work with the energy of the universe is to ask for what you want, figure out the what, and then let the universe figure out the how. That is the best way to get the best possible outcome. Oh, you have a lot of cards. Okay. You have motivation. 3 of Wands. You have been kind of sitting on the sidelines on a few things. It's time to get going. Oh, look at this. Here you are, Knight of Swords. I am laughing because Knight of Swords kind of freaks me out. Because Aquarius, you have the ability to use that really sharp tongue of yours to the detriment of other people. And don't act like you're embarrassed by that, because I think every Aquarius I know knows they can do it. And they're kind of proud of themselves for that. It sucks to be on the receiving end. I know. So we have Knight of Wands energy. That's the moving forward. So you have the 3 of Wands and the Knight of Wands. So the 3 of Wands is the motivation to get moving forward. The Knight of Wands is bringing in another wand. That's 4 of Wands. That's stability. So if you're trying to create some stability in your life, you know, this fiery conclusion is gonna happen, and I think you're gonna bring it around with this with this razor sharp tongue of yours. Might set things in motion, but I don't know that that's a bad thing. And then it's all overridden by this, the Hermit. I feel like you're coming out of this Hermit energy, this hanging in there energy that you've had going on for a while. Now you're going to get out there and say and do what you need to say and do to get things moving. And it's going to be explosive. And I'm sorry, because you didn't really want to do it. But honestly, nobody can have a better... your ability to exchange words in a verbal volley and come out on top, pretty strong. So some things that need to be said, I think, are going to get said. So, when you're writing your new moon intentions, what is the best outcome? What are your hopes, your goals, your dreams? What do you really want? Write them down. Plant the seeds of intention so that when the explosion comes, it benefits you. We have a new idea. Oh, excuse me. So there's a new idea coming in. There's a new idea coming in. Almost looks like this Knight of Wands dude coming here, right? Like you're motivated and then this new idea comes in, creates a stability with the Four of Wands. Little boy noises. Well, he's on a seahorse. It's like he's riding in on a horse, right? Oh, under the masculine. This is that yang energy. That's that putting it out there energy. And experiments. Oh. Manipulation of nature. Creating change. The pursuit of knowledge. Alright, so facing your fears. Trying something new. Being willing to put it out there a little bit. Do a little experiment. Masculine energy is that yang energy of action. So if you want to create something, this Knight of Wands coming in, this masculine energy, this new idea, this thing that you're doing, so to create this, you might have to shake things up a little, right? But I feel like the information's coming from Spirit. This Hermit card makes me think that it's like a download from Spirit is where you get this idea. And then you're like, you know what? I think that'll work. I think so. And the Knight of Swords kind of charges in and does things. And so does the Knight of Wands. And so that's some pretty powerful energy. No wonder it's like this fiery thing. But, you know, you're going to have to face some fears. Maybe you're afraid of failure. Maybe this has nothing to do with anything else other than I've been afraid to do this because I don't want to fail. Plant your seeds for the best possible outcome. You don't need to know how it's going to happen. That's Spirit's job. So the Ruby card showed up again. It's shown up about half the time today. And it says, vital life force flows vibrantly through me. I am grateful for my energetic passion for life. That's those Wands cards. That's that motivation. So, Ruby energy. You also received ruthelated quartz. It says, I am grateful for my vital life force. Provides me with the energy and the enthusiasm to live life to the fullest. This is time to go. If you've been sitting on an idea, you need to face your fears and roll with it because, wow, holy moly. And then you have Sodalite, which says, I sail through life on calm, nurturing waters. I am at peace with myself and the world around me. Okay. I almost think this Knight of Swords here is here to cut through your fears. That's what it is. It's like the sword of truth. Like, I'm cutting through my fears. I'm going to go with this creative idea. I'm going to create this thing that I know. It's going to be explosive. but it's going to be just about perfect timing. So plant your seeds of intention. It may take 6 months. It might be all the way into September before you start to see the results of this energy work that you're doing, but good for you. If you don't get started, you'll never get there. So you might as well get started now, right? It's a new moon. So write down what you want. Don't worry so much about how exactly it's going to happen. Follow your intuition. That's what it's there for. And you are pretty connected, right? Aquarius really gets a lot of downloads from the divine. You can totally do this. Oh, I'm excited to see what you're going to create. Leave me a comment. Tell me what's on your mind. What do you want to create? Because it sounds super fascinating, and I don't even know what it is. All right, Pisces. Oh, Pisces, last and certainly not least on this new moon in Pisces reading, right? Holy cow. So, what's going on? Well, it's in your first house. The house of you. The house of who you are. So for Pisces, sun, moon, and rising, right? But your sun sign, that's the essence of who you are. That's how you view the world. That's determined by the day you were born. And your rising sign is determined by the time and the place and the day you were born. And that's where the sun was on the horizon. And so that's your personality. That's how you interact with the world. And then your moon sign is determined by the day and the time you were born. And that has to do with your emotional reaction to the world around you. And so this first house has got, when I say first house, it's really probably like your rising sign. But when I started this channel, I made an agreement with Spirit that we would find a way to get you the message you needed, even if you only saw your sun sign, if you don't know it. But I did put a calculator below if you want to see if you can't, you know, check out your sun, your moon, and your rising to get a more complete picture, right? All right, Pisces. This is some exciting stuff here. I cannot believe I'm over 2 hours. I've been talking a lot. I probably should have just went ahead and done separate videos. All right. Really thought it'd be like an hour and a half. Spirit's been busy. Lots of things going on. So, 12th house, Neptune. Neptune rules Pisces. And Neptune is in conjunction with this new moon. Wow. I mean, wow. So, what do you want to do? You write down your new moon intentions for anything you want. It's in your first freaking house. You can do what you want. Pick what you want. What do you want to accomplish over the next 6 months? What do you want? It could be anything. So write it down on a piece of paper. Turn it over. Be sure to write what you're grateful for. And then we're going to turn it over to Spirit by burning it. Right? And you have, look at the bigger picture. So Pisces, sometimes you get so down deep into your emotions that you don't really see everything that's going on. You kind of like are swamped with your emotions. So when you're planting your seeds of intention, it's better to be further away from that energy, which is going to be really hard to do with Neptune in conjunction, right? So kind of rise way above your emotions for a minute. Take a look around, and what do you really want? Get a bigger picture. You need a broader view. Kind of like standing on the mountaintop, right? Instead of the depths of the water this time, they're asking you to get up on the mountaintop, take a look around, see what it is. What do you want to build? Oh, you have the Lover's card. In this deck, it's called Choice. So, is it about love? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe there's some decision you're trying to make. And you've been trying to figure out this way or that way. Is this a choice that doesn't just affect you? When I see the Lover's card, this is a choice that affects people in your life you care about. So, it's not just you. So, is it this or is it that? Which way do I want to go with this, right? And that's what you've been trying to figure out. And you're being encouraged to get a higher perspective. To step way back and be as objective as you possibly can. Because this is the full moon in Sagittarius energy. That's fire. That's not water. I don't honestly think you can get any further away from water than going with fire, right? Because, I mean, there's oxygen in air and there's oxygen in water. And ground is the vessel that holds water. So fire and water. That is really getting as far away from you as you can to get a much clearer view. Okay, so Pisces, pay attention to your dreams. Now, these could be the dreams that you have when you're awake, your hopes, your goals. These could be actually dreams that you have. So, especially around a new moon, really good time to write down your dreams. Especially in Pisces. Oh my gosh, right? So for everybody it is, but for you in particular. So write down your dreams. When you wake up, keep a dream journal. Write them down. If you don't know what they mean, you can look that stuff up later. If you have, if it means something to you, make sure you journal that in too. And then later you can look up the other stuff, the symbols, to try to solve problems. It feels like solving problems, right? Like you have to make a major choice. So pay attention to your dreams. Your intuition is going to, your higher self, right? The higher picture. Your higher self is going to probably be talking to you through your dreams to help you understand what your choices are, what way to go with it, how you want to take this. Yeah. What do you want? And healing. Wow. You have healing work going on. So, if this has to do with partnership, getting a higher perspective, paying attention to your dreams, what do you really want? So you can allow that healing in. In Pisces, this healing card, the self-love card, the beauty card, these cards have been pretty much a theme throughout this reading. So I think this Pisces moon is really about also really understanding our self-worth. And forgiving ourselves and loving ourselves so we can raise our vibrations. And so, wow, time to decide. Choices. It's time to decide. If you've been sitting on the fence and you can't figure it out, pay attention to your dreams. I think also, what do you really want? Like, what do you want? And then follow that. Following your intuition, Pisces, almost always is the best way to go for you. I want to say always, but someone's going to say, oh, well, not that time. So tell me what you want. Leave it in the comments below. I'd love to know what it is that this means to you. Where are you going with all this? And you have Ruby, shown up like 7 times. 7 times. It's about the vital, passionate life force moving and flowing through you. This one also has shown up several times today. And this is, and I shuffle and they don't even go in next to each other. So that's not it. This is my mind and body are in balance. I don't know how to say this. Chrysocolla. Anyways, it's blue and it's green. That's heart chakra, throat chakra. Root chakra is about what do you really want and tapping into the very core and root of you, this fiery energy of yourself. And Seraphonite. Wow. My mind and spirit are connected with each other and the divine. This is the dreams. This is the dream aspect. This is the dreams. So, and it's green, heart chakra. All right. So, Pisces. You have a decision that you've been trying to figure out. Which way to go with something. The answers are coming to you through your dreams from spirit, from the divine. So getting a dream journal will be really important. When you write down your new moon intentions, make sure you write down what the best possible outcome that you want. Don't worry so much about how. What is what you... And then your gratitude list. On the backside, write your gratitude list. The more grateful you are, the more the universe understands that you understand what you're receiving, and they'll give you more. It's how you bring it in. You attract it in. When you're grateful for what you have, you can get more. That's why the rich get richer, right? They're grateful for what they have, so they get more. Don't go political on that. It's just a concept that's true in so many ways. So, what do you want? Ask Spirit for it. Pay attention to your dreams. The time to make a decision is now. the time to take the step forwards now. It's figuring it out. All right. Well, Pisces, that was good. All right. I will see you guys all back here for the weeklies. Be sure to check out this week's, and then I'll be back. I upload those videos on Friday afternoon Eastern Standard Time, like noon, 1, something like that, for the weeklies. So be looking for those, and then I will see you back here. I think next week I might do a love and soulmate reading because that one was kind of fun. All right, I will talk to you later. You guys have a great week.